just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A give to Gibson running right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Kaepernick. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Gore. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. But Justin Herbert looking comfortable here in season number 2. He looked comfortable in season number 1 for that matter. But what's the game plan for defending and trying to limit him?
Oh, you've asked a really difficult question there because you're right. Year one, he looked like a 5-7-year veteran, and he's only going to continue to get better. But with a guy who throws such a pretty ball and has such a great arm, throwing the long ball has got to be a blast for him. He wants to push the ball downfield. Doesn't mean he can't make all the other throws, but I want to take those away first and make him beat me by being accurate and dinking and dunking all the way downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Austin Eckler got hurt last year, missed 6 games, but still finished with 54 catches, the 5th most by a running back in the NFL. But remember this, 2019, 92 catches. This guy's a definite threat out of the backfield.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. They run with Gore out of the shotgun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That'll be caught by the rookie, Josh Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the ground game here. Gore. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Herbert now. Completes it to Fitzgerald. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, Kaepernick to the right side and complete to Thomas. He stiff arms it. There he goes, right side. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Adam Humphries, an 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They snap it to Herbert. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Second and 10. A handoff for Gibson. It's a first down and more for Gibson.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Now Kaepernick. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Here's Smith to return it.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
It's complete to Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And Cook has it left side. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Herbert off of play action. Oh, he's going to go for it all.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 4th down, Herbert. And this is Cook with a grab. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And they've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Flushed out right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bobby McCain. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Herbert. And complete right side to Cook. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert 14 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our game here in the third. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Kenneth Murray, the Chargers' leading tackler, as a rookie last year, in on the stop. 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Gibson. It's a 1st down and more for Gibson. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
A run here for J.D. McKissic. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Bart, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Gibson again.
And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A carry now for McKissic. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Joey Bosa so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Once more, Gibson.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And his throw is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3 from the shotgun. Here's Herbert. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
From the pistol, it's Gore. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Herbert escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the 1st.
Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Herbert And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. 26 yards.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
A give running right, Gibson.
And they'll get him down up past the 15.
136 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate?